Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Valentine Lister, and this is my series on the minor arcana for the suit of Pentacles. And today we're going to be covering the Nine of Pentacles. So we're going to get into everything you need to know about this card, including which major arcana cards rule this minor arcana card, the astrology of the card, which is tied into the rulers of the card. We're going to go into the secret symbolism of the card, including numerology, as well as learning the upright and the reverse meanings. So you're going to get to know this card really well so you don't confuse it with the other cards. They don't just fuse into one another. You really understand it. So when you pull it, you know what's happening, you know what's going on. And just a quick intro, if you don't know me, my name again is Valentine Lister. I'm a professional astrologer and tarot card reader. And on this YouTube channel, I love to share about astrology, tarot. I do some forecasting every week. I do a weekly forecast. And I also do as well videos on spirituality, like spiritual practices that I use, that I really love, that I think you guys need to know about. If you want to know a little bit more about me, you can go to my website, valentinelister.com. All right, so without further ado, let's get into this card. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles. So I gave this card, as usual, a little nickname so you get to know it, introduce you to it, give you a feel for it. And I like to call this card Enjoying the Fruits of Your Labor. Okay, I'm going to get right into the rulers of the card, which ties into the astrology. And this piece really going to help you click. So the Nine of Pentacles is associated with Venus in Virgo. We have Venus here represented by the lovely Empress, and we have Virgo here represented by the wise Hermit. And so you can think of this as like this god or goddess, Venus, is in the domicile or the home, like the territory, the place of the hermit. So Venus has to adapt and adjust to being in the hermit's territory, which is a little different from what I've said during other cards, but I feel like this piece, I don't know, it gives another way to just visualize this. So you could also think of it as like Venus wearing like the costume of the hermit as well, is another way to kind of visualize it. So again, Nine of Pentacles, Venus in Virgo. And this is the face of the second decan of Virgo. So the middle 10 degrees, if you're interpreting the zodiac sign or zodiac placement. And also, you don't have to write this down. You don't have to write this down yourself. You don't have to try to memorize it. I wrote it down for you in an awesome resource that I even use myself that lists all of these tarot and astrology associations for you. It's called the Tarot and Astrology Cheat Sheet, and you can snag it in a PDF document, and that's in the description box below underneath the timestamps. Okay, the hidden symbolism of the Nine of Pentacles is going to keep the rulers here because it's going to really help you understand this Nine of Pentacles and the hidden symbolism. Although I do have to say with the Pentacles, well, actually the Nine of Pentacles has a lot of stuff in it. Sometimes the Pentacles cards are super straightforward. What you see is what you get. That's very Pentacles, earthy energy. So the first thing you need to know is just a little bit of astrology background about Venus in Virgo. So when Venus is in Virgo, it's considered to be her fall. So it's considered to be not the most fortunate placement. And there might be some some situations that come up that are kind of a bummer, right? When in terms of Venus things like beauty, pleasure, sexuality, harmony, relationships. And so why? Okay, so we have some clues here, right, in these visuals in these cards. So the first clue is look at the Empress, look at Venus, right? She is just chilling here, kicking back, relaxing in luxury. You think she wants to work? Hell no, she doesn't want to work. She wants to chill. She wants to enjoy the things in life. She doesn't want to work hard. You know, she will if she has to, but not her thing, okay? When she's in her own home, she's chilling, she's enjoying life. But in Virgo lands right here in with the Hermit, he requires that we learn how to master and do things ourselves. And that means we're working, we're busy, we're learning skills and mastering skills, how to take care of Earth, how to do it in the best way. Because he's associated with Mercury, a very busy sign. learning how to, create the magic by doing a million things at the same time, right? So, like, Venus is busy. So in Virgo, right, as Venus is like busy, busy, busy. She's not chilling. She's still creating like this beautiful, like harmony, abundance, like, oops, pleasure, all these awesome things. But she's busy. Like she's getting up, getting her hands dirty. And so being in a mercurial sign, it means that like once she learns how to do one thing, she's on to the next and she never rests. So this is actually kind of hard on the body. And so Venus can often, as a benefic planet, she can be associated with like the health of the body. Venus in Virgo, not the greatest because you're going to be wearing yourself out, like with all the things that you're creating that you want to enjoy. So she's always trying, Venus in Virgo here is always trying to figure out how to make things more pleasurable and enjoyable. Like, how can we make this thing I enjoy like perfect? Versus when Venus is in Taurus, where like it's like, this is good enough. Like, I'm just going to like relax and like this is good enough. I'm just going to enjoy this and I'm just going to like, have like the things that I like around me. And I'm not, like I'm not going to make that much effort because I just want to chill, relax, enjoy, and maybe, Venus and Taurus might make efforts, right? A lot of work, but the goal is to like not to do anything, to just relax and enjoy. Um, and so the other thing is like Venus here is the Empress. That means she's running things. Like people serve her, people are taking care of her. Versus like the Hermit, who's like a servant and a guide to others, like taking care of others, very caretaker type energy. However, she's still Venus. She's still fertile and abundant. So it doesn't take away the Venus part of it. It just makes like Venus be like super out of her element and kind of like, it's like not where she's like working the best, but she's still going to do awesome things here. So she does take joy in taking care of preserving the light of the earth. She takes pleasure in learning skills, trades, and crafts and keeping busy, like creating this garden. She's like working on her winery here or whatnot, her grapes, like her vineyard here. Um, and she receives joy, but she's probably not relaxing the way she'd like. And yeah, she's still like super abundant, right? She's got like this is like she's doing pretty well off, but she's not overdoing. This is not the lap of luxury. Like she's wearing this hat here is called a coif hat. And it's a really simple headdress from medieval times. So it shows that her outfit is like common, simple, it's practical. Like some of the hats like from that time could get very extravagant and fancy in this period. If you remember, like a lot of princesses, if you ever dressed up as a princess, you had like a cone hat with like a scarf coming down. So this is a more simple hat during the time. And there's some cool symbolism in this card. We have the falcon here. So the falcon represents connection to the soul and the spirit world. So it's an animal that connects to and protects the inner light, just like the hermit protecting the inner light. However, there's another fun association like with this card. So the falcon spirit was connected to the trickster god Loki in Norse god and goddess mythology. And so Virgo, like the hermit, is associated, he's ruled by the trickster god Mercury in the Greek world, Greek and Roman world. And so Virgo figures out how to do tricks with physical things, with the earth, money, gardens, the body, etc. Um, so the falcon represents this analytical and strategic mind, and maybe a little bit of trickster energy too. She's got some tricks up her sleeve. Then we have this little snail here. If you notice, got a little snail, and the snail represents working at a slow and steady pace, breaking things down into steps, and taking times to do things is very practical. And the snail is actually is associated with like a hermit type of energy as well. And then we can see here this dress, and the cool thing too is like you can see this is definitely Venus here because she's got like a similar dress and stuff going on, but she's got a different flower here, and I was trying to figure out what this flower is, and so I'm just taking a guess here because I couldn't really find any like solid confirmation, but it looks like poppies to me. So I looked this up to see like were poppies even there then in this like kind of medieval like era there. And they were. So they were brought back between like the 1100s, 1300s from the Ottoman Empire after the Crusades to Europe. So the Crusaders brought back poppies and, they grew them in Europe. And poppies, the symbolism represents sleep, dreams, death, love, and luxury. So it also brings up like the concern with Venus and Virgo is that sometimes like or mercurial Venus like has too many tricks up her sleeve, right? Um, there's a downside to Virgo, and this could be all Virgo placements, but you might find this like with Venus and Virgo trying to enjoy things, that there's this like pleasure and better living through chemistry. Now, this can be awesome, right? If you're using like herbs in, like a moderate way, healthful way, like a discerning way, and not overdoing it. But unfortunately, like Virgo being mercurial and trying to test the limits of how far you can do, sometimes that better living through chemistry can mean like trying to find the perfect diet or drug or exercise to get like this optimal performance out of the body. But in the process of like trying all of these things, um, it can harm the body, right? Trying too many drugs or supplements or like diets and things. And so that can be a catch 22. And it makes me think of that just because of the poppies, right? Poppies can have, a medicinal purpose to them, but, it's also associated um, you know, with addiction and overdoing it and kind of being destructive to the body. So Venus and Virgo has to be careful not to be overdo it and be self-destructive. All right, so I'm going to get into the colors of this card. This card is actually super sunny and bright. There's so much yellow in here, and yellow represents the soul, creativity, optimism, and enthusiasm. And then there's these green leaves here, kind of washed out a little bit, but they're green and they represent healing, growth, fertility, and prosperity. Then there's these purple grapes. Awesome, awesome. And they represent wisdom, spirituality, and power. Then we have lots of red. What's going on underneath those sleeves? There's all this red around too. So that represents like desire. Like Venus and Virgo does still have desire, passion, vitality, and courage, just might be a little bit more hidden. And then we do have light blue peeking out too. Yeah, so maybe people don't realize this is much about her because it's kind of hidden in here, all these like light blue sections. And that represents serenity, mental clarity, and compassion. Okay, so Venus in Virgo is associated with the number 9, and 9 represents the end of a cycle. So wisdom through experience, integration. And it represents compassion, tolerance, humanitarianism, completeness, wholeness, satisfaction. It also represents the intellect. And we think of this as the end of a cycle because the next number is going to be 10. And so numerology, we would just add 1 and 0, goes back down to 1. So it's 9 where it's like, okay, we're at the ends and we're reflecting on our experience. Okay, so the upright meaning of this card. So if you get this card upright, you're seeing the beauty in hard work or working hard to create beauty, pleasure, or abundance in your life. So examples could be like working on an interior decorating project, home renovation, or garden, or cooking a meal from scratch, or like making your own clothes. So this is about reaping the rewards from your skills and learning how to both enjoy and create the finer things in life by getting your hands dirty. Okay, so if you get this card reversed, in general, it means the energy is being blocked or avoided. So with this particular card, it starts taking on that self-destructive quality I've been talking about. So I noticed that like when I get this card reversed, it does take a very self-destructive quality to it. It's just there's like too much pressure on yourself to be perfect, or that you're putting on others, or like you or they buckle underneath that pressure. So in general, it means you're probably expecting too much of yourself, being too self-critical, and you take it out on yourself, may take it out on your body. So this is a moment to like stop that. You don't need to be so perfect. Take it easy on yourself. Don't we don't want to be self-destructive in our pursuit of pleasure or in pursuit of doing things the right way, because that totally misses the mark. And so there is a time to relax, let things go, and know that perfecting things is a process through like wisdom and experience over time. And like, take it easy. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Nine of Pentacles. And this is just a quick reminder that if you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release a new video. Also, make sure that if you found value in this video, you really liked it, thought it was really good, make sure to share it out to other people, so they can learn about this tarot card and like the awesome things about it. Okay, and if you want to catch up on the videos that I've already done for this series, I'm gonna put a playlist right here. The Pentacles are my last videos on the cards, so I've covered most of them. And also, I'll put a video up here that I think you guys will like. All right, love you guys so much. Take care. Bye. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release a new video every single week.